friends, today we have Miss Dimple who cleared the selection process of next scholarship and will be joining for PhD program in Japan very soon. The story of Dimple is something interesting. It is like with the limited awareness, only the genuine interest of research and willingness to serve the community fetched her full-time next scholarship for PhD program in Japan. Let's listen to her story. You may find some new perspectives on the approach and selection process that may fuel your aspirations and help you securing this scholarship.
So my name is Dimple Sheth, and I'm basically from Mangalore. So I'm born and brought up in Mangalore itself, and I've completed my education as well in Mangalore. I've completed my bachelor's in biomedical science from one of the universities here, and then I've done my master's in medical physiology.
Okay. So you have done your bachelor's and your master's in the same Mangalore city or some other city?
Yeah, Bangalore city. If you want to know the universities, my bachelor's was in Nitya University, and my
Oh,
master's was in Manipal University.
okay.
Yeah.
So when did you hear about this scholarship, this next scholarship in Japan? Like many people will come to hear about it late or early. So in our academics, how when did you hear and how we come to know?
So I'd read about this because one of my professors had already been selected as a MEC scholar long back. And I just read it and I just had it in my mind, but I did not know what it is. When I was in my master's, almost in my third semester was when I got to know, just like few days before the deadline reached. And my teachers told me that, I can probably try for it and go ahead and maybe apply for this. And yeah, I started the procedure then.
Yeah. Like many people will have issues, but now we are showcasing the things so that they will come to know a bit early, not like in the last minute.
Yes.
It will work out for some people. So did you apply the application process? Like you came to know this thing, and I don't know whether you have some seniors who are already been there, or how did you apply the application process?
No. With me, I did not have anybody as such to tell me about the application process or anything. I had to figure it out on my own. I had teachers who would help me out, and then my guide in the university back in Japan, he was also very helpful and very I think he would give me the right guidance and he would reply very soon. So that helped me a lot. But then most of the things I had to figure out on my own, and I'm feeling nice that other students will get to know about it from the channel or your YouTube channel. So that's a very nice help for them.
I'm just confused now. So you are saying the professor is good in responding and all, it's fine.
Yeah.
So is it like you know him before, or you approached through this application process? How come you know that professor?
Yeah. So the teacher who told me about the MEC scholarship had
Yeah,
been to the university back in Japan for
in the same university.
same university for 3 months, I think. So he told me that this professor is nice and maybe you can work under him and all of that. And yeah, then I contacted the professor and he asked me for my research interest and all of that. And then, yeah, regarding the application, if I would have some doubt, I would directly contact him. Sometimes I have to figure it out on my own, but if not, if he can help, he would help.
Okay. So actually, I have seen the university which you are going to join. I have seen the details in the website. They have many kind of MOU events and exchange programs between the universities across the world. I think likewise, your professor, you are saying in your bachelor's or master's, whom you.
No, so this is quite weird, but this is what happened. So my lecturer, who is her name's Rashmi ma'am. So
Okay.
she is my professor in my masters. She
Okay.
knew some other professor from Bangalore
Okay.
who knew the professor in Japan.
That's
So
good. That's good. Actually, that is a kind of very less chance of this kind of approach. Even some people in the previous videos, or who is that? Suraj or someone we have recorded previously. He mentioned the same way. So he approached some professor, and they referred to some other professor where the opportunity is there. I think likewise you also got the opportunity. That is good to know. Anyway, I think this will give some brief idea how to approach if they have some connections, or even if they don't have, we have referred it such a way that they can approach with the literature itself. When they read the literature, there will be names of professors. They can approach that professor as a research advisor. That we have explained in our video. I think along with that, this is another suggestion. So that's good to know. Then, so the application process you have handled, that is application, that is fine. So the initial round, did you have the interview with the faculty before next panel interview?
I did have to as in give a briefing to my guide,
Okay.
which is not like it was not on a video call or something, but he asked me to write few things up, and he had his own way of assessment. After he said okay, then I directly had it with the next the entire panel, not just the guide.
Okay. So that is the next panel you are referring, not the.
Yes.
Okay. So it is, yeah, I could understand now. If I am right, like there are some situation like where the professor is willing to take, so they will skip the interview with the professor. They'll directly send you for the next panel interview.
Yes, so it depends on I think it depends on the professor, how he wants to assist you. Some people want to want you to write the research plan.
Okay.
And they'll check through the research plan, and then they'll decide if you are the right candidate for them. Some people would like to take an interview on video call and then assess it. So I think it differs, but there will be some sort of assessment that the guide will use in order to understand if you are the right candidate, and that might differ for each student. After that, I think will be through the next panel itself.
Yeah, I think you pointed out nicely. This depends upon the faculty, how they want to assess. I think this perspective, maybe some people have said, but I'm hearing for the first time, like this writing also is a kind of evaluation. So I'm suggesting for those people who are writing for the response from faculty advisor, I'm referring them, please contact your professor with the proposal. Maybe it is a shorter one, but still it will help your application weightage. So that is good. They can assess with the document itself.
That's 100% true.
Okay.
And that also shows that you're interested, and you have some sort of an idea or a plan for the following research. So that kind of maybe impresses them, or some sort of.
Exactly. That's good.
Yeah.
So, how was your next interview? Like there are many perspectives about next interview experiences. So how did you it went to yours, like the question patterns, or how it started and ended? And before going, 1 second, before going, how long it went?
Mine was, I think, at least 45 minutes.
Okay, that is around 30 minutes, 45 minutes in the same bulk. Okay, so can you share something about your interview experience, how it started, and you can highlight the questions, whatever you feel like that would be helpful for the others.
I was supposed to make a presentation. I think that's the normal thing, right? I was asked to make a presentation for 10 minutes. This didn't happen for others?
Actually, it's not regular. I didn't say for everyone, even for me. So maybe the university, they expected to have this one, maybe.
Oh, is it? Okay, great. So what happened with me was I was asked to prepare a presentation of 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes, which says what I've studied before in terms of research, and what I want to further do in the university that I'll be going to in Japan. So that had to include both of these aspects within 10 minutes. So we started the interview. First thing I would like to tell everybody is please value their time. They're there for you, and only when you value their time is when they will value you as a candidate, right? Because they're spending a lot of time on you and to assess you. So I think it's very important to value their time. So be before time, and check everything beforehand, and don't have a delay or some sort of lag in the beginning itself. I think you try to avoid that as much as possible, because that's very usual with the video call thing, right?
Yeah.
So please make sure that you don't have anything of that sort. Yeah, that's one important thing. And be before time. You need to mine was on you have to be online before time so that they know you're ready for it. So
Yeah.
they'll give you a tentative time, just like I think 15 minutes before that, be online, so that that shows like you are interested and you are prepared. I think that's one thing that you have not started the interview, but that says so much about you and how you value their time.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And then I had to give the presentation, which was for 10 minutes. I gave my presentation. I do not know on what aspect they have assessed it. That was not told to me. But yeah, I think the presentation itself and the way you express your research, the way you try to convey it, all of that matters.
Okay.
Then I was asked a lot of questions actually. To be like brief about it, I was asked about why I want to pursue this and what's my intention for that. Like what makes me apply for mixed and what are my future plans and
Okay.
all of that.
So I think you are pointed out nicely the punctuality thing. Maybe you go before to Japan, right? This is the first time, right?
Yeah, this is my first time.
So I'd like to add a point here, like that is not just for a next interview or next panel round. So I've been in a couple of places in Japan, or even I have attended some of the events there. So they usually like they are so punctual. They whatever they plan, they will come in beforehand and they'll finish it as per the schedule and they'll go out. So that is they will dedicate the time for you and they will also so decide everything accordingly. They'll pre-check everything. So we have to be aware of these things because you are applying for a PhD course and they'll expect you to be aware of some of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
think those are some
yeah,
unspoken rules that you definitely need to know about. So
yeah. When you
never
say
mess up with that, I think. Yeah.
true, true. When you are saying you are going to study means they will expect that you know these things. That will be good to
Yeah.
showcase beforehand.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I think, yeah, also they, with Indians, I think some of them may not be punctual because of which, with me, I was given the time like 15 minutes before the actual time.
okay,
So I was like waiting for 30 minutes. But that then I realized that okay, maybe they wanted me to be before time, and I was before that time also.
that's true.
But
That's true. They expect that's true.
yes, and that shows that they want you to be punctual, and that's like one thing I think you should take in consideration when you start your interview.
That's true. That's true.
Only for the new people who don't know this, maybe this will help you.
Yeah, I think when they are coming across in the Japanese groups or these application portals, somewhere or other place they will come across these punctuality things. Hopefully, the applicants will be knowing these details. So, your questions include like I think it is similar like how it will be helpful in Japan and in the coming 5 years. So, like, what did you say about this question? If you got this one, like, what is your future plans after these 5 years? So, how did you answer this question? Probably you have this question.
Yes. So I was asked the question like, what are my future plans? And to be very honest, since I didn't have a reference and it was new to me, I was not ready for this question. And also, like, I was not certain about where I want to be in terms of country. Like,
Okay.
do I want to come back to India or do I want to stay in Japan? I was not certain about that. But
Okay.
one thing I was sure about was I want to do some sort of valuable research which can be actually utilized by the people for their welfare.
Okay.
So I answered on the same lines, saying that no matter where I do the research I want to do is for sure. Where I do does not matter because with healthcare and research related to that, wherever the research happens, but it is going to utilize, like, it is going to save lives all across the world, right? So it
Yeah.
does not matter where the research happens, but it does matter what research is happening and how it will help people.
True. True.
So I did answer on the same lines.
That was like a good way to answer instead of highlighting our wishes or aspirations. We can highlight our research aptitude towards how much you are interested with the PhD studies or what we call research studies. That's very good thing.
Yeah.
So I think the other questions I could perceive it similar, like why you want to come to Japan and what you want to study. I mean, you want to study this PhD course. So these are all similar questions. We have already plotted these things. I
Yes, these are all similar questions, and also the answers will be very subjective of what you are. So I think you need to answer it from your end instead of like referring to somebody who has already answered it. Please do
That's
it from
true.
your end. What is your intention to come to Japan? Why do you want to do that, or whatever it is? It's very subjective of that particular person. So I think, yeah, you
Yeah.
can just.
So I'm adding to these comments. Actually, I have spoken to some people who literally said they wanted to come back and they don't have any reasons. Still, they got selected. Now, if you have some reasons with the valuable words, still you're you're getting selected. And the other way, you have both clarity and also you're selected. So it means that you be yourself, you present yourself, don't constrain of any of these things. So it's upon the university and your presence of mind. So I think there is no fixed answer for these things. So we can consider accordingly.
Yes. And yeah,
Yeah,
I think yes, you said that right.
yeah. So how did you find the faculty? Means you already answered because through reference. And so did you try for other universities along with your application for this university or no?
No, I was very particular that I want this university
So
because for me it was more about, it was also about like not just the university but the guide and the way I can work with the guide. Since my
okay.
sir had already told that he knew the guide and he knew the university, I was very confident and I wanted to go ahead with his choice. So I didn't
Yeah,
want to apply anywhere else.
I think if I rephrase it rightly, you are convinced because your research area is more focused to this professor, right?
Yes, yes, and also because
I
the
think so.
professor who like told me about MEXT told me that this university is quite good, so I wanted to go ahead with his choice.
Yeah, I think this, especially the research community in Japan, is very stable and consistent
Yeah.
compared to other universities in the world. That's good. So, any other suggestions you wanted to add upon to people who are aspiring, who are applying for coming years?
Yes, I think with in terms of interview, I think one thing you can definitely like say it's very important is your confidence. Just be confident and because you're giving the interview for like 45 minutes, so be yourself and be as confident as you can, and just say it out clear as you said rightly before. Just say what you actually want to do. Just don't try to impress them with something that is not you.
Yeah.
Just do your best and represent yourself, and that's when I think they like it more, and they're more concerned with the research that you do and your research experience and interest as well. So show that you're interested in something if you are, and I think that's a plus point.
Yeah. So other place we come across the discussion where it some of the comments from seniors they mentioned unless until it is required you need not to focus on the casual stuff like culture and living style because they will verify in the technical aptitude and research aptitude in the beginning. At the end, if they give some time, they may have some questions to you. It's good to know about the culture and living style in Japan, but be focused on your research aptitude and your aspirations more than the other things. That's one of the comments which we see like it's a relative term.
Yes.
So yeah, I think we are good to go now. Thank you, Dimple, for the time and the concern.